What's up, guys? I am going to show you how to install the StanceCo CTS-V carbon fiber intake tube for the V1 platform. So, little rundown on the product. It is a tube that replaces your factory tube, which flows a lot better, and one of the best intake options for these cars is retaining the factory intake box because it pulls air from behind the grille, and you replace your tube with something larger and smoother flowing. So this is a pre-pregnated carbon fiber tube, and that whole pre-pregnated thing is otherwise dubbed dry carbon, which is arguably one of the best carbon fibers that you can use, strongest and most durable. So inside the tube itself, you can see that it is carbon fiber. So this whole thing through and through is real carbon. So to install, it's very easy, and we're going to do a run through here on how to put it on your V. So to install it, first what you're going to do is you're going to remove your stock intake tube. So you got your factory air box here. Don't mind my really old gold tape. You're going to pop the MAF sensor off, which sits right here, and your intake tube itself. Now, I was running an aluminum tube on this car, but this new carbon fiber piece is going to be the replacement for it because the aluminum will heat soak quicker than carbon fiber. So I had this gold tape on it, and it's not the prettiest looking thing once you have all that gold tape. So to start, what you're going to do is take your MAF sensor, pop it off your air box, and take your hump coupler with the two provided clamps and slide it onto your sensor here. So you'll see there's a little kick out on the sensor itself from where the factory coupler went on, and you're going to basically just bottom it out up against that right here, and then on the inside you're going to push that all the way in till it bottoms out as well. So it's almost like your hump coupler will be on a slight angle. That's how I've gotten this thing to fit the best, because you're going to want to watch out. There is a screw right here for your rad fan. I took a piece of tape and I covered it for right now, just so that if I do hit it with the tube, I won't scratch it, because, you know, going in and out a lot of times it results in this. And I can't say I really even cared about this tube as much. So what you'll do is feed your MAF sensor through, get it back on the intake tube, and tighten the factory worm gear clamp right there. Don't forget to plug this back in. And also, now would be a good time, I actually just did it, is to clean your MAF sensor at MAF sensor cleaner. Check your air filter and clean out the air filter and air filter box as well. So then you have your hump coupler. So from there, you're going to take your carbon fiber tube, and now you will see there's a seam right here and a seam right here. So try and position it to where you don't see the seam. It just looks better. The carbon's all moving in the same direction as opposed to coming to a point on a seam. So you'll feed that guy right in there. Get it into the coupler. And once that's into the coupler, then it's time to take our 90. So our 90 steps down from the throttle body size to our tube size. So slide it onto the tube like this first. And then once it's on, you just kind of work it on a little bit down the tube until you're lined up with the throttle body. Just rotate it around. And then we'll pop it on the throttle body here. Our throttle body is going to have a larger clamp, which is also provided. Tighten that guy down first. And then basically just adjust it until everything is comfortable, pretty much. So move this. There we go. Wiggle it around. Get it all nice and even. We'll get this clamp tightened up next. And then we will go ahead and tighten our hump coupler clamps. That one and this one right here. And just like that, we have installed the StanceCo carbon fiber intake tube. Now, this is an LS2 car, as you can see. It's an 06, so 06, 07s are LS2. They do have a breather from the valve cover on the front side here. On my old intake, what I did is I poked a hole inside the silicone coupler, and I pushed a barb fitting into there, and then took a piece of hose and ran it over. So on the LS2 cars, you will have to do that. Or some guys drill into the carbon fiber. I would prefer going into the coupler right here. So LS6 guys, 0405s, goes on as is. You don't have that breather up front. Or what you can do is just vent your valve cover to a catch can, to the atmosphere, or whatever you decide to do. So that part's up to you guys. But other than that, this is what it looks like. Carbon fiber intake from StanceCo. You can find it at stanceco.jp. We have a couple sets ready to go out the door. And that's about it. Make sure your MAF is plugged back in and enjoy. You can pull that tape off, and there you go.